This young man has begged his way into protective custody. This young man is about to step into a holding tank that holds people arrested for SA.
Mother Brad, all you mother lucky, you lucky, mother lucky. Neither one of y'all was on this tier when I just walked up in here just now.
So make sure you subscribe, because I have an episode coming up all about God, prison, and the big conundrum, how to get into heaven. Make sure. Right, now, on with my show. That part of our being, that's our being. Empathy. But in the ones that I usually show up on this channel, that empathy does run thin. But this one, this episode, this case that I'm about to let run in front of your eyeballs, this is a beautiful look at that empathy in regards to a parole hearing, in regards to someone who isn't a piece of shit, but is someone that is as dumb as fucking batshit. As dumb as batshit. Not crazy, but dumb as it. This one shows you empathy, because it's one of those ones where you can look upon this creature, this dude who's been institutionalized for 20 years. I don't know what the original charge was. Maybe I should have paid more attention. But what I did when I saw this in my eyeball bags, this showed us a beautiful shot of empathy. And that includes coming from this guy here. And this guy here is the assistant DA, Randy Myers. This guy gets on and lets us all know how much he thoroughly dislikes the thought of this person getting out of prison. Thing about this one is that this time, it is the only time that I've seen that Randy Myers here, the assistant DA, doesn't throw the book at him. And that shows you that quality called empathy, because him, everyone else there, really want this guy who's a drug addict and probably burnt away 90% of the brain cells that are in his head at the present time. This guy is batshit dumb, but deserving of that beautiful element part that makes us our being, empathy.
Committee on Parole, call back to order. The time is 11:10. Next case is Mr. Derek Chairs. Mr. Chairs, would you give me your full name and DOC number, please?
Derek Chairs, DOC number 292403.
Mr. Chairs, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then we're going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we'll allow those persons who wish to have input to speak. Currently on our list today in opposition is Mr. Randall Meyer with the DA's office in Jefferson Parish. At the end of our hearing, you'll have an opportunity to say whatever you'd like to say to the board, and then we'll vote. You understand our process?
That's right.
This is a matter of Derek Chairs, date of birth, July the 1st of 1968. He's a fourth felony offender. He has a parole eligibility date of January the 29th of 2022, an adjusted good time date of January 31st of 2025, and a full term date of October the 29th of 2025. He is currently serving a 5-year sentence on 3 separate counts of possession with intent to distribute cocaine after having been adjudicated a habitual offender on one of those counts. Is that basically correct, Mr. Chairs?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairs, your case has been assigned to me, so I will begin our interview. Mr. Chairs, how old are you, sir?
55.
And how long have you been in prison on these charges?
40, I think, right, I got 43 months. 43 months, I got 17 months left on 60 months.
Okay. You got 43, you've been in 43 months?
Let me see, 15, 12.
You see, batshit here knows he's fucking lying. So now he's going to try and come up with the excuse of why it is that he's tacked on a whole bunch of months that he says that he's been in prison, and tries to pull that off. Oh, it's gold.
Oh, let me 14, 56, 18, 19, 20, 30, I think it's 34 months and plus when I completed the program, I got 9 months cut off. That's why I'm saying.
All right. Okay.
That there is a look of a man who is now thinking, damn, I really wish I would have gotten away with that one. Let's carry on.
Well, tell me a little bit about your background. Tell me about your education. How much education do you have?
How much? Right? How much? Right now, I want you to pause the video and then go down into the comment section and put down at what year he would have left school. Right? What year? Because I don't know about these grades. That's an American thing. But I know if kids are so old. So anyways, what year do you think that he says that he dropped out of school and then come back here? Go do it. Do it now. Do it now. I'll wait. Hurry up. Have you done it? Yeah, you must have done it by fucking now. Jesus. Anyone that hasn't done it is obviously a chick. I found it. Anyways, on with batshit.
I only have like eighth grade education.
Right, okay, 8th grade. I have no fucking clue how old he would be in the 8th grade, but I'll take a wild stab in that dark and say 8th grade is 13. Is the 8th grade 13? 13 or 14 or 12? I don't know. One of my American guys, if you could let me know downstairs in the comment section. Thank you. Put it next to what year you thought that he dropped out in. Yeah, put it next to that. Cheers. Unless, of course, you're still thinking about it, then you really must be a girl.
Did you ever try to get your GED?
Yes, sir, but it didn't complete it.
Why not?
I just didn't want, during the time when I was serving a 20-year sentence in WCI, and I just didn't pass the program. I was in a literature. I've been in a literature program for a long time.
Can you read and write?
Not that good. I explained that when I first got there, that my reading and writing wasn't too good. But I ain't no bad person. I'm a good person. I got good understanding, and I can read. Right now, by me doing them 20 years, by me reading the Bible so much, and I used to read my Bible a lot, and that's how I really learned how to read my Bible.
Tell me a little bit about now. You were denied back in July of last year.
Kia ora. Here's a quick message from Measy. I have something for you. I have something for you. It's a gift. It's actually a channel. It's kind of like mine when it comes to being held back by YouTube. So every now and then I'll put a plug into my episodes, and hopefully when they place us back on that algorithm, that these little guys will get to grow as well. And this time, this channel is excellent. It's a crime channel, but this guy looks at the Eastern Bloc boys and girls, shows us what's happening behind the closed doors of Russia and Ukraine and all of those states. And there is psychos and sickos over there that make Bundy look like a choir boy, the Dronis. So I'll leave a link to his channel at the end of this episode. So please go over and subscribe, because it really is a channel that should have a hell of a lot more subscribers than he does at the moment. So when you go over, say kia ora from us. You'll have no fucking idea about what that means or says or who we are. But please do it anyway. As I don't know this guy, but he puts a lot of work in and keeps getting very little in return. The fucking YouTube algorithm is bullshit. Now, on with the show.
Yes, sir.
You all recommended that you go to Steve Hall. Now, did you complete Steve Hall?
Yes, sir. Did 9 months completed.
Okay. Tell me what you learned in Steve Hall. Tell me what you got out of that program.
I really got a lot this time. I got, like I just told y'all, I did 20 years and I did programs in WCI, and the program really opened my eyes because the people, places, and things, I went back to that old stuff, and I didn't take the program serious. But now I really did. You know, you need that sobriety, you need that support system. I didn't have that when I went home after doing 20 years. But this program, it really made me open my eyes, and I surrendered all that bad stuff, doing them drugs, or hanging with them old people, or going back to the old places. I surrendered that.
Let me ask you this: you actually have gone through. You went through Blue Water one of the times you were in prison, right?
Yes, sir. 217.
What happened? Why didn't that help?
That's why I tell you, I relapsed. If y'all have my record, I wrote a letter to the parole board way before I was even granted parole, and I explained to them, after serving 20 years, going to Blue Water, I still relapsed after being home, and that hurt me. That hurt that I left my grandkids. I still relapsed. That addiction, it ain't easy, it's hard, but that's why I got to keep my support system in. And that's why I asked to go to this abroad. That's why I asked people, like, if I get parole, to go to the...
And you see there, right there, that's one of the reasons why we give empathy. Why? Because he's telling the truth. He's opening himself up and bearing the truth and blaming himself, knowing that he relapsed, instead of making some bullshit up, blaming somebody else and saying that they're fixed, or, you know, or the big one, they found God. But empathy we give to this guy because he told the fucking truth. And that's hard enough. And him saying he misses his grandkids, that's why I believe that. And that it's mana. Yeah. Empathy. It's a strange, strange thing that our species have. And it's a beautiful thing, I reckon.
Program, another Keep It Real Medicine program.
Well, let me stop you and ask you, what's going to be your plan if you're to get out soon? What's your plan to stay sober?
Keep us staying focused and participate. The first thing I do is the program. I gotta stay with the program. That's the only way.
Stick to the program. Yeah, but here's the problem for old Creature here, is that Creature here is batshit dumb. He doesn't have anything in that program. He just got to stay focused on it. It's gold because Marabella doesn't hit him up and ask him what's in the program until he offers him, well, maybe you should put this in the program. Knowing, because Marabella knows that this guy isn't a bad guy. He's just batshit dumb.
Now, when you say the program, are you talking about AA meetings?
AA meetings, church meetings, anything positive, especially with the AA meeting and this medicine, AA, whatever that was, AA. That's the two number one things, my sobriety and the AA meeting and church.
Let me ask you this: what's your where are you going to live if you get out?
And here again, that beautiful thing called empathy, because you don't want anyone to be in a situation like this man is, and he's an aging man. He's 65 years old. 65 years old, and that's why empathy is a beautiful part of who we are, because none of us want to see another human being have to be in the situation that he's in.
Well, right now, the Keep It Real Medicine, right? I'm homeless right now. I'm 55 years old. I've never been homeless. And I asked the people at South Shop, could they help me if I make parole, go to somewhere where I can have this somewhere to stay. And that's when Keep It Real Medicine come in. And I never had that opportunity there before. And I really think that'll help me.
And here's the thing about our species in regards to empathy and all of the other species that are on this planet, from if it flies or crawls, swims or falls. This is the thing about all of those species and ours with empathy. And that is, there are many, 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 many other species that we see, have seen, studied, that show bits of empathy, could be seen as empathy. But we, the super being, the super species that is on this planet, we are the fucking mammals that have the most of that element inside their species. And that's just another reason why we're the guys at the top. Empathy.
So where are you going to be? Tell me again. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Could you tell him what that place is?
He wants to go to the Keep It Real ministries. They have a housing that's right outside of New Orleans. He's expected to be accepted there. And they also do an outpatient treatment while he's there through CADA. So they have a treatment facility, and that'll cover his housing. And they help him finding a job and any kind of support he needs to get back on his feet.
And this is where you see why these people and this man, the ADA, is on these boards, because it's these people that are doing those two jobs. The first one, making sure it's safer for them, and then that means it's making sure it's safer for us. And what do we mean by that? Well, that's because this place, the Keep It Real church, and what the shit they do, these guys don't believe that it is up to the standard, or it hasn't got that magical seal that it should have, because this guy obviously needs to have the very, very right people around him, in that he gets the best chance he can. Like, because he isn't, say, the full quid. He is batshit dumb. And that's another part of the empathy that they show, because empathy must always come with logic. And that's the beautiful thing about our species, because we're able to think and contemplate that at that level.
Yes. How has he been doing there?
He's been doing well. He's a worker. They allow him to be at the academy, I guess less supervised, because they trust him, and he's doing well.
Thank you. Mr. Chairs, I noticed in the report back from Steve Hoyle, you were in the medically assisted treatment program. Are you taking the shot?
Yeah,
Are you taking the control?
no, they ain't never gave me no shot.
You take it before you leave.
Okay, she said I take it
No,
for.
are you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Take it and release.
Yeah, they take it up on release.
Okay. And is that something that you're willing to continue to do?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any disciplinary write-up since your last hearing?
No, sir.
All right. Any questions?
But Mr. Chairs, I saw that you went to Blue Walters in 98. You said you went in 2018,
217.
2017. Did you go in 98? You don't remember?
That's when I first got my 20-year sentence in 98.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me look again. That's why I thought when you said that, I was like, I wrote it wrong. Okay. So 2017 is when you completed Blue Walters.
Yes, ma'am.
So okay. All right. Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure. Good.
Mr. Chairs, you've done what we asked you to do
Yes,
from the
sir.
last hearing.
26.
Do you think you would benefit from some work release now? Like 6 months and then get out to where you'd have a little money put up?
Yes, sir. Any one of them, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. That'll benefit me. That'll benefit me. Or the Keep It Real minister. Anyone. I just need.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll hear from Mr. Meyer.
Good morning, Randy Meyer, Assistant PA, Jefferson Parish. So Mr. Chairs did what y'all asking him to do with completing the Steve Hoyle program. You know, if he is granted today, you know, I would ask that, you know, he be required to continue with any follow-up care that they've recommended with that program. I'm a little bit concerned of where the Keep It Real Ministries is. I was just online trying to find where they're located at. It looks like they might be in Gentilly, in New Orleans. And there's just some concern, you know, like he said, people, places, and things. You want to be away from those. And I'm a little bit concerned with that. But, you know, we're going to take no position on him since he has followed the recommendations of the board at prior hearings.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Mr. Chairs, is there anything you'd like to say before the board votes?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank y'all. I don't know what the outcome gonna be, but I'd just like to say thank you. And I'm really kind of like, it's crazy to say this, I'm kind of like glad that I came back because I could have been dead. Because that the fentanyl and all that other stuff that's out there, and I was getting high and I missed it. I got grandbabies out there, and that's where I want to be with my grandkids. I'm just glad I got an opportunity to get this thing straight again.
All right, thank you. Board ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairs, since your last hearing, you did what we requested you to do. You went to Steve Hall. You completed that program successfully. It seems that you've learned some things. I am a little concerned about your transition plan. I like Mr. Meyer. I'm not that familiar with the Keep It Real Ministries. I do want to make sure that you don't go back to the same neighborhood, in the same area that you were in before. But based upon your completion of Steve Hoyle, based upon
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I call for an executive session?
sure, sure.
I call for an executive session.
A second.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Chairs, we're going to be in executive session for a few moments to discuss confidential matters. As soon as we do that, we'll return and we'll finish our vote. Committee on Parole is called back to order. Mr. Chairs, just so you'll know what our discussion was about, we have some concerns about keeping it real ministry. We don't know much about it. We have some concerns about it. What little we know, we're bothered. So my vote today is going to be to grant based upon the things that you've done and to follow all of the recommendations of Steve Hoyle, which will include at least 3 AA meetings per week. And also that you go to an approved sober living residence by the department. So they need to make sure wherever you're going is an approved place that will keep you safe and keep you on the right course. So that would be my vote. So I have only one vote, so that's mine. Ms. Wise?
Mr. Chairs, I'm glad to see how clear you are today. And I hope you stay that way and continue to live that way. I concur. My vote is to grant as well. And that you also cooperate with the medically assisted. That's a whole new thing, but cooperate with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and they're gonna give you plenty of follow-up. You know, you're gonna have your counselor. Take advantage of that. Go see them, talk to them, let them know what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, so you can be there for your grandchildren.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Best wishes to you, sir. And our random drug screens by PNP. Okay.
Mr. Freeman?
I totally concur with my colleagues. You know, get in a approved residence. If it's approved by PNP, go to that residence, and good luck to you. I think you may have turned the corner, and you need to realize at 58, you better have turned that corner.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Yeah, good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, there's this one last thing, and hopefully it puts a smirk on your face. You know, every now and again I stop to play, just for a moment. I take what's known inside our universe, and it's called a Ferris Memento by the Bueller himself, and I take a look at life for us as a species, where we are at the moment, all of us here on Earth. And what the fuck am I talking about? Well, look, every now and again, you find something that makes you think that if you looked at that something slightly differently than the usual way, what the fuck? And that slightly different way would be that, well, this one is a thunk. And it's when you look at history, written and fabled into existence, and history through scripture, the book. And that would be, this thunk is to look at Noah and what that dude Noah did. Well, actually what that dude Noah said. Can any of you remember? Any of you that maybe went to Sunday school when you were little and as you are? Back when I was a kid, you went to Sunday school, you knew all about Noah and what Noah said. And if you look at it from this slightly different angle, and what Noah said was, come all of you, and the animals, mammals, and the chimpanzees too, and that 2 was 2 by 2. And Noah said, come all of you, animals, the mammals, and the chimpanzees too, and come 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And if you look at that with a slightly different lens, the first 2 is the opposite sex, man and a woman, and then by 2, which are 2 chicks, by 2, 2 dudes, by 2, and that is 2 others, right? Noah nailed it on the fucking head. A slightly different lens, and Noah nails it in the head. Every now and again, do a Ferris with us. Grab a slightly different lens. Support us. Become a team member. It's only cost $5 a month. Support us. Come do a Ferris with us. No, honestly, you should. You should come do a Ferris with me and my guys. Take a look through a different sort of lens. And remember, and I mean always remember these 2 things. And what would they be? Well, the first one is, the Force will be with you always. Trust in the Force. The Force will be with you always. And the second thing would be from whichever God you believe in, and that would be God bless. God bless everyone.